In an extraordinary escalation of hostilities obliterating what little remained of Prince Harry's already decaying ties with his formerly beloved Invictus Games organization, the incredible has unfolded with CEO Sir Keith Mills unequivocally detonating a napalm-grade scorched earth campaign fiercely banishing and blacklisting the Duke of Sussex indefinitely, or until regime change evacuates the mendacious muppet permanently from any tangential affiliations. The seismic shockwave of rhetorical Armageddon raining hellfire upon Prince Harry initiated moments after a terse phone call transpired between Mills and the exiled prince late last evening, rapidly devolving into a relentless barrage of profane tirades where the Invictus chairman unloaded years of simmering grievances toward the disgraced royal, blasting him as a treasonous ingrate son of a bitch wrecking lives for cheap psychobabble melodramas. While precise catalysts triggering the volcanic communication meltdown remain cloaked behind the same veil of steadfast discretion separating the event organizers from its founders' deepening cycle of controversies, multiple independent sources indicate the terminal severance likely traced back to attempted extortion ploys where Harry threatened completely decoupling public endorsements until Invictus recognized his 2 children with customary courtesy titles of usage. Christ on a cracker, the moment that spitefully shrill phone shriek shrilled through my eardrums quivering Harry's ridiculous royal entitlement shakedown scams about jazz-handing his bastard brat's hereditary branding braggadocios. It took everything in my power not vomiting point-blank eviscerating the contemptible arsehole then and there, Sir Keith admitted hours later while still exhibiting visible signs of nauseous convulsions recounting the traumatic episode's early cataclysmic detonations. Because even for that scornful ingrate succumbing to weaponized psychosis thinking he could sabotage the entire Invictus legacy blistering my organization using the inspirational platform I've slaved decades building from nothing as some petty dynastic bribe until we forsook basic human decencies worshipping his inbred shit smears. Jesus. Somebody get the bloody scotch because I cannot remain sober replaying whatever that freakshow mutant's existence became. According to multiple recreations tracing how the contentious call unfolded based on accounts sourced directly from Invictus organizers alongside Harry's spokespersons, the initial exchanges seemed to indicate a civil, perhaps productively substantive dialogue before erupting into scorched earth after the Duke insisted any continued support hinged upon the non-negotiable demand of gaining royal titles for both Archie and Lilibet Mountbatten Windsor. Despite allegedly receiving repeated warnings that continually pressing the issue represented potentially irreparable bridges too far, Harry reportedly doubled down angrily escalating implications toward immediately dissolving long-standing endorsements of Invictus should his terms go unmet. Well, there I was just sort of stoically nodding along pretending to process Harry's delusions thinking maybe if I patronized little Lord Fauntleroy's hysterics listing demands for his tacky off-brand Netflix true Hollywood story parodies, then perhaps after indulging his chicaneries we could recommit mutually accomplishing bigger pictures of something far more important than branding celebrity birth visas for those poor abandoned urchins. Sir Keith strained remaining diplomatic recalling dialogue trajectories before losing his composure entirely. But then no, the greedy little bastard wouldn't have it any other way besides openly extorting the Invictus movement threatening to defame everything we've built if his entire feral progeny doesn't receive hereditary acknowledgements more official than goddamned Beyoncé plastering her baby bumps on Vanity Fair covers. And while ordinarily such disgustingly pretentious emotional blackmails flecking diarrhea upon legacies of far greater human importance warrant no more than casual dismissals regarding pests requiring extermination procedures. Sadly this came after months of similarly deteriorating tantrums where his repulsive narcissisms devolved toward literally ordering us restructuring the entire Invictus brand to canonize those little bastards right alongside God's divine Messiah or some such unutterable defilements, the organization's founder continued, already seeming to rationalize nuclear responses drawing nearer. Christ, now that I verbalize what transpired out loud, I'm aghast recalling how that half-educated scarecrow actually fancied himself securing the constitutional authority imposing blasphemous subjugations onto Invictus using his pilfered celebrity as leverage against me and everyone else whose sweat equity laboriously built everything his soiled carcass attached itself toward parasitically for relevancy. From that point forward based on overlapping reconstructions, all remaining shreds of diplomatic decorum disintegrated as Sir Mills commenced bombarding the petulant prince with earth-scorching verbal incendiaries relentlessly assaulting him with compounded barrages of invectives, threats, and accusations ranging from litanies challenging his very biological legitimacies all the way toward condemning the Duke as an existential traitor against civilized humanity itself. Punctuated by seismic detonations of bridge-immolating ultimatums, the Invictus CEO left no room for ambiguity that Prince Harry held zero remaining reputational equities or any tangible associations with the entire Invictus community umbrella, and failure accepting such finalities risked potentially triggering even graver extrajudicial contingencies activating. Look, jackass, I don't give a rat's rectal hair follicle what grotesque pathological whimsy fantasies squirmed out your degenerate neural syphilis holes believing you'd retain even fractional infinitesimal leverage against me or any other self-respecting servant committed towards sacred Invictus virtues transcending soulless blight husks like you. Sir Keith bellowed, dramatically shattering any lingering pretenses of restraint or civility toward Prince Harry at long last. So let me make this bloody crystal beyond all ambiguities. Not only are you hereby completely disavowed, disassociated, and disinvited from this current Invictus Games alongside all future progeny chronologies, but your very existence is being scrubbed, redacted, and eliminated from all official historical records, promotions, documentation, or tangential branding associations until the end of linear time itself. And if possessing even neurospark capabilities remaining uplink comprehending my words registers inside your addled consciousness, understand this decree isn't mere petulant tantrum or fleeting symbolic ejection, but a formal exterminatus declaring your entire lineage death-marked as hereticus diabolus extremis personae non grati forevermore, the enraged Invictus overseer roared, fully articulating the extent of excommunications leveled against Harry. So any sliver whimsy hallucinations playing out imagining future reunions or reconciliations need evacuating your mental rot immediately because literally the only manner you'll interface operations henceforth are booted over landmines triggering thermobaric neutralizations. According to several accounts from the chaotic aftermath, Sir Keith Mill's cataclysmic ultimatums detonating against Harry sent shockwaves cascading across the entire Invictus Games infrastructure, almost instantly incinerating any remnants of the Duke's influence or institutional presence through coordinated scouring initiatives meticulously executing total severing contingencies. Everything from photographic records to online content archives systematically underwent military-grade decontamination, sterilizing all indexable media and digital footprints, ultimately banishing Harry from Invictus lore as if he never existed in the first place. However, Buckingham Palace insiders alongside Montecito estate leakers both corroborate reports indicating the scalding reproach initiatives burning all remaining bridges only further infuriated Prince Harry, who has seemingly retaliated through ramping global messaging campaigns intended, setting the record straight, while posturing for inevitable defamation lawsuits once an opportune psychological warfare battlespace finalized staging optimizations. With the exiled Duke allegedly holding off immediate escalations until rapidly congealing coalition networks prosecuting concurrent reputation demolition operations achieve robust agility, mobilizing every asymmetric hard/soft power apparatus imaginable, many wonder whether the Invictus controversy ignited enough accelerant fueling Montecito's doomsday revenge crusades. Frankly, the only question remaining is which specific exterminatus contingencies commence activating across the Anglo-American theater commands first, because we're talking about Harry directly going nuclear against Invictus alongside Buckingham.